My mother, at age 60, was extremely depressed and was put on Valium and Librium, and the rest of her life she lived until she was 70, and she was absolutely, completely, utterly miserable. And it was one of my big fears that that something like that would happen to me, and the opposite is happening. I'm excited about the rest of my life, however long that may be. About 2 years ago, I got a really bad depression and I had to stop working for nearly 3 months, and it really scared me because for the first time, I couldn't get out of bed in the mornings. I couldn't go out of my house, and nothing really mattered very much. And so I went on a medication, I forget which one, Cymbalta, I believe. And I stayed on it for 7 or 8 months, but it had side effects, and it, again, that same feeling of that there's a hole, I can't describe it, but there's a hole in the middle of this. It's like I'm not me. There's no emotion here. And I can't feel, I can't cry. It just was such a part of my life missing that I went off of it, and I started taking True Hope, the Empower Plus, and I stayed on it for about 4 months, and I started having effects which I thought were caused by the Empowers. And when I spoke to the people at True Hope, they said, no, this is the side effect of coming off of the medication. But it was very difficult for me to believe that. 4 months later, 5 months later, I'm having these effects that are pretty extreme, both physical and emotional effects. So I came off of the Empowers and went back on the medication. And 6 or 7 months into taking the medication again, I can't stand that feeling of not being present in the world, of having no emotion, of feeling like I'm a outside looking in. And it helps the depression, but in a way that is, it makes you functional, it makes me able to cope, I can do my job and I can do it well, but there's no life in me. And so finally I went back on True Hope again, on the Empowers and on the amino acids. And I've been on it now for 10 months, and I've gone through some periods of where I get side effects, and I now really believe that these side effects are from the medication that I was taking. Because I didn't believe that it was coming off the medication, somebody pointed out to me that the story was that there are pockets of medication that you can, when you exercise, when you do different things, that it sits in your body, and then you start getting rid of it and you have the effects. And they compared it to LSD, and I'm an old hippie, and I understand, I know all about, not from a personal point of view, but flashbacks, and that they know that it sits in your body and that years and years and years later you can have that. So knowing that, I started to go, okay, so that's a possibility here. And looking up all the side effects that you can find on the internet about medication, I would tell somebody it's absolutely, totally, completely and utterly true. It is the medication, it is the effect of the medication, and just keep pushing through, keep taking the empowers, and you will come out the other side of it. Doesn't mean life is, you know, absolutely perfect in every way, but there's joy in it. And a lot of times in my life I didn't have any. The support that I get from the people at True Hope is also amazing, and I can call up and say, this is what I'm experiencing, and I really didn't expect that people would understand, or and they say, do this, this, and this, and it works. It works within hours. It blows me away. I can tell you, laughter was not something that came very easily to me, and seeing life as funny was very difficult. I'd say my humor you could have on the back of a postage stamp, and I feel very expansive, and I have my days, and but I have many other days that I'm having fun. At this 63 years of age, I would say that I have more of an enjoyment of life than I've had in many, many, many years. True Hope, you have to keep on going. We need you to lead.